Welcome to today's Vinyasa Flow. About 30 minutes today, focus on yoga for runners, specifically the hips and the lower back. Meet yourself where you are by first lying down on your back with your knees bent. Feet as wide as the mat and knees rested towards each other. You can have one hand to your heart or both hands to the lowest part of your belly. And first, checking in with where you are. Remember to meet yourself where you are, letting go of any expectations or comparisons, especially as runners. I myself love to runner first before I started yoga. So allow this to be a time to be unhurried, unrushed, as we deliberately unwind any unnecessary tension, again, in our hips and our lower back as well. Release your arms by your sides. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And pause long enough, just long enough to one side and then the other, that you may feel a stretch at the front of your thigh and hip on that top leg. One more time, each side. And let's bring it to center, knees center. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide in a reclining butterfly or cobbler's pose. Place your hands on your inner thighs. Let gravity be your friend. We'll explore different muscles, different stretches, a little bit of mobility of the hips, ones that attach to the pelvis and the lower back. And slowly, you can use your hands to assist, bringing the knees together, soles of the feet on the ground. Separate your feet hip width. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh bone. Flex your right ankle. Stay here, or you can lift your head and your chest to grab onto the back of the left thigh, bringing your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Ever so slightly, shift your weight on over to the left. So you're hugging your left knee towards your left shoulder rather than your chest. Let the shoulders be heavy and drop, back of the skull long, and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing your hands, lower the left foot to the ground, and now slide your right knee on top of the left knee. Draw your knees in towards your chest. You could hold on to the back of the legs, shins, or the ankles. Let the heels be heavy towards your pelvis, or lift the heels away from your pelvis. And with your hands gently suggesting shins closer to your shoulders. And slowly releasing, switching sides. Both feet on the ground. And with both feet on the ground, we'll take the left ankle. Yay, left ankle over your right thigh. And hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Hello, Adina, yay. Right knee towards right shoulder, relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Breathing here, ever so slightly shift your weight on over to your right side. It is a tendency to dump into the left side, so we'll try our best to distribute the weight evenly, both sides of the hips, and then slowly releasing, right foot on the ground, and slide your left knee on top of right knee. Stay here or draw both knees into your chest. You could hold on to your ankles or your shins or behind your legs. Stay here or lift the heels away from your bottom. You could flex the feet and gently suggesting shins closer in towards your shoulders. Relax your face and breathe. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, uncrossing, and bring your feet as wide as the mat. And if you didn't get the other side before, now's your chance to do the other side. We'll windshield wiper our legs side to side a couple times. As a rinse cycle. Let's bring it to center. Bring your feet together, knees together. Right knee in towards your right shoulder. Interlace fingers behind your right hamstring. Point your right foot and then straighten your right leg towards straight. Drop the shoulders. Flex the right ankle, bend the right knee, and hug the right knee in. 2 more times. Point, straighten, flex, bend. 1 more time. Point towards straighten. Stay here. Relax the shoulders. Now point and flex your right foot 3 times. And then circle your ankle around 3 times. 3 times around. And slowly releasing, right foot to the ground. We'll switch sides. Left knee in, interlace the hands behind the left leg, like closer towards the back of the knee or the middle of the hamstring. Point your left foot and straighten your left leg. Flex and bend. 2 more. Point and straighten, flex and bend. Last round. Point and straighten. Stay here. Point and flex 3 times. Circle the ankle 3 times, each direction. And then slowly releasing. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Little rock side to side. And 3 rock and rolls forward and back. Or you could roll on over to one side. Make your way on up to a seated position. We'll sit crisscross. You can sit on a rolled blanket or mat if your knees are really high. Walk your feet further away from each other. So you're about in line with opposite knee, opposite ankle, and walk the shins a little bit further away from you so that you're making a triangle with your legs. Take your hands by your hips and then press down to help lengthen the spine. Stay here or walk the hands in front and walk them forward a little or a lot. Meet yourself where you are. If your knees need more support, you can take your forearms underneath your knees for a little bit extra support and fold forward from there. Couple cycles of breath for 3. Breathe into the back body as much as the front. 2. And 1. Slowly walk your hands in towards you. And you're going to turn to, so if your left shin is in front, you're going to turn to the right. So whatever shin is in front, turn to the opposite side. So turn to the opposite side of the front shin, and then you're going to fold over that knee, folding forward. A little or a lot, meet yourself where you are. So we're dressing the muscles of the outer hips and some of the muscles in the back body, the posterior muscles, like the paraspinalis muscles, the posterior core muscles. And slowly walk the hands back in and turn your torso to center, switching sides. Other shin in front, press down, lengthen the spine, and then walk the hands forward a little or a lot. This side might be different. Breathing fully, all sides of your body for another 3. Let your head go. 2. And 1. Walking the hands in, long spine, turn to face the opposite direction of the front shin and fold forward from here. Now feel free to linger in any of these shapes longer if you need. We're just doing a quick tour today. For another 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands in, turn your torso to center, and we'll meet in hands and knees onto all fours. For some cat-cows, shoulders below the wrist, maybe a little bit wider, knees below the hips and a teeny bit behind to keep the side body nice and long. Exhale, round through the spine. And inhale, coming into your cow. 2 more like that. Round through the spine. And arching through the back. 1 more time. Round. And arch. Let's meet in a rounded spine, and then curl your toes under, press the hands down more, knees down, and then bring the hips back, keeping that rounded spine. And 2 more times. Forward into neutral. Exhale, round, and bringing the hips back. Forward, inhale. Exhale, let's keep that rounded spine as you bring the hips back for 3, 2, 1. Slide the hands towards your knees. Make your way to toe breaker pose. You could always bring your fingertips down and round the spine like we did on the way here. Be mindful that you're not dumping into the lower back, sitting bones towards the heels, breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly walking your hands forward. Circle the ankles, wiggle the toes, and walk your hands slightly in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Bring the hips back again, but with a long spine, looking past your fingertips, and then lift the hips up and back. And now let's pedal it out. Let your head go. Bending one knee and lengthening the other leg. Let's meet with the right knee bent and spin rather your left heel in towards midline as you lengthen the left leg. Press the hands down and press the outer left hip up. So getting more of the side seam of the left leg. And slowly releasing, switching sides. So left knee bends, right heel spins in, press the hands down, press down through the outer edge of the right foot for 3, 2, and 1. Finding center, bending both knees and lower the knees down to the ground. Right foot forward. Pat up your left knee if you need. Bring your hands to your hips. Right shin straight up and down. Left knee below left hip. Now, energetically, meaning you're not actually pulling your foot and your back knee together, but as if you were about to, hugging front heel to back knee. Hug them together. Lift your frontal hip points here. So lift up the frontal hip points and engage the bottom fibers of your left glutes. You can stay here or reach the arms up. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, hands to the ground. And right knee meets the left foot forward. Hands to hips. Left shin bone straight up and down. Right knee below the right hip. Hug front foot and right knee together as if you were pulling them together. Lift your frontal hip points. Engage the bottom fibers of your right glute and belly in and towards your head. So this might bring a little bit more oomph sensation to the pose. Front of the thigh, front of the hip for 3. Ribs soften in 2. Oh, you can lift your arms up if you want. And 1. Slowly releasing, hands down and returning to hands and knees. Step the right foot outside of your right hand and make sure the left knee is slightly behind the left hip. Left hand stays down, right hand to the inner right thigh, and gently press it away. You can stay here or lower down to your left forearm. Belly and ribs soften in, twisting slightly to the right for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, hands down and hands and knees. Left foot outside of left hand. Left hand inside of left thigh, gently press away. Right shoulder away from the ear. You'll stay here or lower down to your right forearm. Breathing fully, front, back, and sides for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, make your way onto your hands and knees. And this time, bring your right foot forward. Lift the back knee and walk your hands to the left. So I'll turn around so you can see me. Wide-legged straddle. So shorten the stance enough that you're able to strengthen your legs, and you could press evenly through the, we'll say, 3 corners of the feet. And then fold. Hands could be on a coffee table, a bench, a chair if you need to bring the ground closer to you. Or if it's fair and friendly for you, begin to walk the hands back. Be mindful you're not dumping your hips back. Shift the weight more forward into your toes and strengthen the front of the leg. So you're pulling up the inner knees to the inner groins. And unhurried, unrush. Allow your spine to unload and unwind. Slow, deliberate unwinding. And slowly make your way into a halfway lift. So hands below your shoulders. Turn your right toes out about 45-degree angle and walk, or rather bend the right knee. You can walk your hands more to the right for more stability. And then take your right forearm to your inner right thigh and gently press it away. Press down through the feet and strengthen the left leg for another 3. So again, the inner thighs here, 2 and 1. Slowly releasing and switching sides. Right foot parallel, left foot 45-degree angle, bend the left knee, and left forearm to inner left thigh. Press to the outer edge of the right foot. So we're getting the inner thighs, they attach to the pelvis. Any unnecessary tension there can manifest in the lower back as well because of a tightness in the inner thighs. Slowly releasing, bring the feet to parallel. One more, folding forward for a breath or 2. Let the head go. You can shake it yes or no. Slowly make your way into a halfway lift. And walk your hands to the original front of the mat. And lower the back knee down. Come onto your hands and knees. Half pigeon pose. Let's start with the left knee forward to the outside of your left wrist and left foot in front of your right hip about. Curl the back toes under and you can slide the right leg back, staying up on your hands or come down to your forearms. So it's your choice if you want to keep the back toes curled under or the top of the back foot. If you're on the top of the back foot, make sure the right heel isn't splaying out to the side. Point that right foot straight back. Coming onto your forearms, you can make a little tower to support your head. Breathe in here for 3, 2, and 1. Stay here or walk your hands on over to the left. So we'll do 3 variations of half pigeon here. You can stay here or take the left fingertips to the outside of the left knee. You're going to press the left fingertips down and right forearm down as you gently twist on over to the left. For another 3, and 2, and 1. Slowly releasing and walk it on over now to the right. You can always place a block underneath your left hip if you need. Stay here or slide the left arm forward and let the head bow down and inward. Breathe in here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Bring it to center. Remember, unhurried, unrushed, transitioning out of the poses as mindfully as you did entering them. Might feel stuck for a second or 2. And hands and knees. We'll meet on hands and knees. And then we'll take the right knee forward outside of right wrist. So the right foot, right heel will be in front of the left hip. Curl the back toes under to help slide for this variation. Left leg back, either back toes curled under or top of the foot. Make sure the left leg is coming straight out from your hip. Coming down to your forearms, if that's fair and friendly, you could use fists stacked on top of each other or a block. The side might be a totally different story. So honor yourself where you are. Making sure you're breathing. The drama tends to bubble up when we forget to breathe. For another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly make your way onto your elbows if that's where you are and walk them on over to the right knee. Keep the left forearm down and right fingertips wide, about in line with the right knee. And then press down through the left forearm and the right fingertips to assist a little turning of the spine to the right. Breathing all sides of your body for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly Walk it on over to the left. Stay here, keep the left forearm down, and slide the right arm forward. For another 3, full, not forceful breaths. 2, and 1, slowly releasing. As mindfully as you entered the pose, will exit the pose. Doesn't have to be pretty or graceful, it just needs to be mindful. And pedal it out. Move it any way that feels more like you. And we'll make our way onto our hands and knees, crossing at your ankles, and we'll come onto our back. Start to make our way back on down again. For this variation, bring your arms out wide into a T, feet together, knees together. Cross your right knee over your left knee. So how we set up before in that supine cow face. But lower the knees halfway to the left, turn your head to the right. And on your exhale, using the core towards the ground to bring the knees and head to center. 2 more times like that. And center. And 1 more time, turning your head. And bring it to center. You're going to slide the right ankle onto the left thigh bone, similar how we did in the beginning. Now you're going to lower the same shape to the left. So you're going to lower onto the outer left leg, but keep the right foot hovering and press the right ankle into the left thigh bone here. So this will be a little bit more active of a stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. Let the sole of the right foot lower to the ground. We'll get into a little bit more passive stretching. Reach the arms overhead if that's okay for you. And now you can slide your upper body to the left. Stay here or bend your elbows. Hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand. Give permission for the back of the right hip to be heavy for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring upper body back to center. Release the arms and use this core to support the knees back on up to center. Let's switch sides. Right foot down, left knee over right knee. Lower the knees halfway to the right. Turn your head to the left. Keep the shoulder blades heavy and then bring it back to center. 2 more times like that. Belly and ribs to the back body to initiate the movement to center. Center we meet, sliding the left ankle on top of the right thigh bone and lower the shape to the right. And the left foot hovers here. It's a little bit active hip opening. Pressing the left ankle into the right thigh bone for 3, 2, and 1. Now allow the left sole of the foot down towards the ground. Reach the arms overhead and you can slide that upper body to the right, bending the elbows, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Permission for the back of the left hip to be heavy. Breathing here, breathe into your side body. For another 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the arms, bring them to the sides. Core initiates, returning to center. Soles, the feet on the ground. Let's take a happy baby pose. Moving on to the outer edges of the feet or the shins, soles of the feet to the sky, little rockabye baby, side to side. Now, any other shape or posture you feel like you need for 6 to 8 cycles of breath, let's meet. Afterwards, you can meet in resting pose, Shavasana. Whatever shape helps you settle into yourself, a short but sweet Shavasana. You can even place one hand on your heart, one on your belly, feeling that internal yoga buzz you created, movement buzz. Also as a gesture for having the strength and enthusiasm to show up on your mat today. Again, feel free to take up lots of space No longer controlling the breath. Let your breath breathe you. Let the ground support you. Feel what it feels like to be supported. Each cycle of breath is an invitation to unwind, unhurried, to be unrushed, and letting go of any unnecessary tension. Give it over to the ground as you allow yourself to be supported a teeny bit more with each breath. And stay here as long as you can, or as long as you like or able to. If not, begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement back to fingers and toes as you gently turn your head side to side. And with awareness, bring your legs closer together, bending your knees, and hug them into your chest. Hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. With awareness, roll on over to one side, pause there for a moment. Head is the last thing to come on up. Comfortable seated position. Eyes could be closed or soft gaze. Overlap your hands on top of your heart. And think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. And we'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. And exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste.